Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back! Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are diving back into Attack on Titan. This is episode 62 as it appears on Crunchyroll. This one's called The Door of Hope. And, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to play out, but season 4 is something else.
Yeah, instead of getting to the basement, now we have to get to the island, but I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to get to that island.
I don't know that we got all the answers we even need from the basement yet. Who knows? Who knows? But
that's a picture.
I'm here for it. So.
Yeah, there's so much drama in the LBC. We're back watching AOT. Let's go!
Marlene?
エルディア人と一緒にはいられないんだよ。マーレ人に生まれていれば。
そうだ。マーレ人になるために戦士を目指してたんだ。
足薄汚い豚だ。名誉マーレ人になりたくないらしいな。
お前ら知ってるか？パラディ島に攻撃を仕掛けるってさ。俺たちが巨人を継承する時が来たんだよ。
これでマーレ人になれる。
ああ？何がやっただ？お前の長所はなんだよ。
Now look who it is. It's all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
島の悪魔どもは僕が必ず皆殺しにしてみせます。
俺たちの任務をバカにするのか？お前はエルディア府県の残党か？
Oh, call it out.
てめえ、叫んだ！
Report this!
島の恨み節くらい誰だって言えんだよ。てめえは一人で13年待つんだな。
すまない。
立ってよ、ライナー。さあ。
Oh, look at who was by his side.
あいつの言う通り、俺飛べだから。
継承者を決めるのはポルコじゃない。ね、兄。
何？聞いてなかった。
And he's thinking about roundhousing that tree down.
Yeah.
No, she can do it.
Little kickboxing montage.
Oh, was that her doing?
13年しかないんだよ。
パラディ島の悪魔を成敗すれば、世界一の自慢の息子になれるんだ。
This is nuts, though, hearing him talk like, oh, we need to take out the island.
Oh.
Proud otherwise.
ここにいたんだ。
Oh!
All right,
And there
to
you are.
avert our eyes.
Well, no, we can or can what?
They said we can. This is
Oh,
part 2 of season 4.
Okay.
Just going on what you all are saying.
Are you feeling this one or?
It feels like a mix between the one that I really liked and the one that I didn't like so much. It feels like a mix between the two. So it's
So not
it's
your tempo?
just right, is what you're saying.
It's adequate.
So it's not your tempo?
Not my
my
tempo.
Not my tempo.
I like it, but it's not my favorite.
Not my tempo. Still not my tempo.
But to be honest, you didn't not like any of them. There's just
I didn't like the slow one from season 3.
you just didn't like that one
I
at
didn't
all,
think
huh?
it fit.
Yeah,
If they would have
They
hired
know.
me, folks, I would have gave them the song that would have been correct. Let's see how that goes over in the comments.
I would have given you the correct song. As if it's an absolute thing.
Yeah,
There's people
correct
standing
song.
on their chairs, hitting their keyboard with their fist right now. Ugh.
素晴らしい。
Jeez.
予想以上の仕上がりだ。
Annie.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
何でもできる汎用性が強い。高い機動力と持続力に加え、
Hardened strikes.
無垢の巨人を呼び寄せることもできる。レオンハートが最適だ。鎧の巨人は硬質化に特化した巨人。
Oh, this is cool. They're gonna how they pick everybody.
我慢強いブラウンが合っている。アギトの巨人は強襲型だ。小ぶりな分も最も素早い。
This guy.
獣の巨人は相変わらずだ。投球技術でここまで恐ろしい兵器になっちまうとはな。
Throwing technique.
It's got those long arms.
車力の巨人は並外れ
Cart Titan.
That's what
Platypus.
the cart titan.
作戦の幅が広がる。判断力のあるピークで間違いないだろう。そして、超大型巨人。
Oh,
Jesus.
Dude.
yeah, you got to make sure you're kind of far away when you do that one.
A god of destruction.
島の悪魔どもには同情しちまうよ。あれが殺しにやってくるんだからな。
確かに親切の戦士隊は
Not if Armin has anything to do about it, or Levi.
子供に始祖奪還計画を託すなど。
その子供たちが国を一つ。
なんでドベのお前が選ばれるんだ。ドベはお前だった。
Pack.
お前、軍の決定に逆らうのか。ライナー、すまない。
Oh, getting the
That
parade
was
and
weird. He
everything.
said,
Wow.
Reinhardt, I'm sorry.
父さん、母さんは僕が生まれる前、カリナ・ブラウンと出会った。
俺に復讐するために。くそー！お前の出自が調べられたら俺の一家はおしまいだ。俺は逃げ切ってやるからな。
待っているからね。
島の悪魔からみんなを救い、世界の英雄になるんだ。
He's determined.
俺たちは明日、壁を。まさか島の悪魔を殺すことをためらっているのか。悪魔を裁くべく選ばれた戦士なんだ。ライナ、すまない。お前は本当は。
Oh,
That's why he said I'm sorry.
yeah.
弟を貶めたりして軍に印象操作したんだ。
He didn't want his brother.
Yeah, he wanted his brother to live.
弟を守りたかった。ライナ、すまない。
It's kind of what Reiner's doing to Gabby.
Yeah.
He keeps saying, "Oh yeah, she's gonna be the next," but he wants.
謝るんだよ。
Oh, we're finally seeing
Yeah,
it.
now we're finally getting
well,
to see
not
this.
finally seeing it. I think we saw it,
But
but
we're getting the context.
the context. That's yes. Thank you. What episode was that again, folks? Where we saw that? Let me know. Because now it's running through my brain of like, was it season 2?
Yeah, it was the one where Ymir just told us the whole backstory.
Yeah, well, she was laying in the ground for 60 years or whatever it was.
長距離走であんたに負けたの。アギトを失わずに済んだのに。マルセルは帰らない。どこかで人の姿に戻ってるはずだ。マルセルの指揮なしじゃ任務を果たせっこない。
このまま任務を続行するんだ。
あんたはこのまま帰れば鎧を剥奪されて、
自分たちだけは粛清されないと確信を持って言えるか。
その冷静さの100分の1でも発揮してくれれば、アギトもマルセルも失わずに済んだのに、私たちを脅すってわけ？
Oh.
すべて自分の責任ですって。
Jesus.
She's got that crazy look in her eye.
罪をかぶって死ね！
Oh man.
Oh, he's back up right away. Going for that rear naked choke.
俺がマルセルになるから。故郷に帰る唯一の手段だ。
Oh.
Holy shit.
And here we go.
Yep.
How'd they sneak up out of nowhere was one of our first questions.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Are they ninjas?
Oh look.
Yeah, his face.
And there's. Oh wow.
ウォールローゼの中だ。
Oh.
俺、本当の戦士になるから。
貴様は何しにここに来た？人類を救うためです。
I'm not gonna salute those guys.
Wow.
It's just part.
Oh.
俺の村はウォールマリア南東の山奥にあった。その後は覚えてないが、お前らぐらいの子供を3人残してた。
Jesus. Just ran away.
I'm also still waiting to hear from our priest guy, who had a bunch of info. See him again.
よう、ジョーちゃん。
Hey, Kenny!
Can I?
私は旅籠で生まれた。父親の話を聞かされて育ったから。
そいつは俺が一番笑えない冗談だ。
ひどいよ。パパ！
Oh.
おいおい、もうパパが嫌いになると。
集めた情報を持ってマーレに帰ろう。
この5年の成果を持ち帰ればマーレは失望するだろう。
どうしろっての？
Finish the job.
開拓地で首を吊ったおじさんの夢だ。僕たちにあんな話したんだろうって。
少し休め。死んじまうぞ。
お前や、ミカサみたいになるにはどうやったら、俺は何も果たせず終わっちまう。
Wow.
ただ進み続ける。
そうだよな。
Oh.
のままじゃダメだ。
Holy shit.
俺にはまだあいつらが。
Wow. Yeah.
病院。おい。経過は順調みたいですね。ここに心的外傷の治療に来てるが、記憶障害で家まで帰れないってことにしてるが、病院の人に言うか？そんなことはしませんよ。長生きしてくれるなら嬉しいよ。でも、俺はそいつを戦士にさせたくなくて。その候補生は女の子か？この前の戦争でも活躍したくらいで。なんでこんなことになったんだろうって。徹底的に自由を奪われ、自分自身も失う。こんなことになるなんて知っていれば、誰も戦場なんか行かないだろう。みんな何かに背中を押されて、他人や環境に強制されて仕方なくだ。自分で自分の背中を押した奴の見る地獄は別だ。その地獄の先にある何かを見ている。進み続けた者にしかわからない。
Keep moving forward.
Oh my goodness.
One
Dude,
step
what
at a
a-
time.
That one went.
What a
fast.
episode this one was.
Like I said, I mean, it feels like almost a completely different show. At least we got to see Eren a little bit this episode, but everything's been basically about Reiner and what everything that's been revolving around him, how they came to be, how all the Titans of the various names came to be, who got them. I like that we got a little bit backstory and information on them, the way they kind of laid it out, like the dossier file on each person.
I thought that was
really
awesome.
nice. Reiner was never supposed to be the guy, but because the other guy didn't want his brother to have to go and become the Titan and essentially only have 13 years of life left. That's how he got the gig. He was kind of bad mouthing him, and even though he wasn't the most qualified, he got the job. But we got the context of what happened when Ymir was buried in the ground for those. I thought she said 60 years. I could be wrong. Folks, help me out again. We've only done a one-time watch through here, so trying to remember how long she said she was buried in the ground for. But we finally got the context behind that. It's not that they were just out scouting and they got jumped by a Titan. We see everything that led up to it and the whole kind of purpose, everything that the team went through. Annie just beat the ever-living hell out of Reiner there. She was trying to get out some level of anger. She wanted to go back, and he's like, look, we can't go back just because we're down a guy. We got to complete the mission. So very, very interesting to see. I don't quite have, it's tough, right? Because eventually we're all gonna, I don't know. I'm trying to make a prediction, but I really can't because I'm so torn on the different things that I've seen. So I think I'm just gonna wait. I've made a couple of predictions down on my note card, so I have those. Yeah, how about that, huh? Not bad. But look, this was a great episode. Again, we're getting everything from a different point of view, which is really cool. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to more of this. However, I really do want to see Eren, Mikasa, Armin, Levi, and company. I'm really kind of itching to see them again, to see what they've been up to all this time. So it's going to be crazy when I know timeline isn't the right word, but that's the best way I can think of to describe it. When our timelines eventually meet up and we get to that point where everybody's kind of on the same page, and then we're going back and forth between the two teams, if you will, per episode, and not so much the backstory and how things came to be. So again, another banger episode. It's real tough not to want to binge these all one after another because the story's so good.
Yeah, they did a great job with teasing us with a little Eren right before the credits. But what I'm liking is they're showing like basically Reiner how he came to be, the armored Titan, and how like the guy that basically chose him, he was saving his brother. He wanted his brother to live a long life, because you get 13 years, and like he even said, 13 years to be a hero. And so that's what Reiner's trying to do. And he saw that Ymir like popped up out of nowhere and took out Marcel. So now you have a whole different Titan going in, and just the way that they're doing this is pretty cool. Like doing the present, then doing the whole backstory right here, like how you know, like he thought he deserved it, and then he finds out he wasn't worthy of it, gets his ass handed to him by Annie, saying, you know, go back and turn yourself in, say it was a mistake and all this. And then he even had a good point. They're not going to blame just me. So it's like, we either keep on with the mission or not. And you know, fortunately for them, they did it, and they infiltrated the scouts, and Annie was the one that was going in, doing all the searching through all the sewers. We saw our boy Kenny again, and almost get roundhouse kicked, which wow. And, you know, just getting everything cut and dry, and like even him giving the little pep talk to Eren, you know, right there. He's like, I know you can take them all out. Well, maybe that's a little looking into the future with what Eren might end up doing when we eventually get back to him. And now you see that like Colt is almost going through the same thing. You know, where you have the people that came back from the war that aren't Titans, that are like, you know, if they saw this, they wouldn't want to go. And so this has just been getting really good. And they showed like the big day that happened, and it was funny. I don't know, it'll probably make the cut, but where Quinn goes, don't hear him coming, huh? How could that ever be?
How did we
It
not
was
know
one of
they
our
were
first
there?
biggest questions, and boom, we had to see it, you know. I mean, now we know, you know, obviously, but it was cool seeing it there where it was, and he was way over the top of the wall, and it was only half his body, the Colossal Titan. So that just shows you how big he can get. So another good episode. God, this show, I guess, is pretty good, huh?
Yeah, this was an interesting episode. I'm really liking the dynamic of working with folks, or having it written that they all know about the Titans and they aspire to be the Titans. That's like this prestigious thing, is to live in a Titan. Because for the first 3 seasons, it was nothing but questions. Where did the Titans come from? How do, you know, we speculated. Then, you know, you find out some other things, but it's like the Titans were these, you know, big things to be feared. They're, you know, what puts you in constant fear of just complete annihilation for your entire civilization. And now we're getting this side of the story, and it's the exact opposite. They got all the 9. They're talking about their powers, what makes them unique, what makes them special. We should just stick with platypus. They got special armor, depending on what situation it's in. Of course, because there's the 13 years, they're not waiting until the last minute to decide who gets to be the Titans. You know, they had like the parade with them. You know. That was wild, you know. I mean, because, you know, you think about, like, again, everything we've seen with the Titans. It's like, okay, to know that in this side of the world, they're heroes.
Yeah, they're revered.
You know, basically, you're like your battle bots. You know, I mean, it's pretty wild. But I also like that we're getting backstory on Reiner. Of course, you know, when we go through the first 3 seasons, you have your main characters and you're given backstory on the main characters. But as other characters start, you know, becoming of more importance, it's nice to then kind of shift and give backstory to them. Very curious that Reiner wasn't the original choice to be the armored Titan, and he was quite the opposite. He was the weak one, but you know, he chose his brother. I do find it interesting because, of course, you know, we see with Annie that she takes her fighting skills that she had otherwise and adapts and uses them as a Titan. So that's one thing that I find interesting, is with some of these Titans, is their training as a human fully something they can utilize when they turn into a Titan. Obviously, we'll just call it a platypus. I mean, you know, those aren't really, those aren't really things. What was it?
Cart Titan.
Cart Titan. Yeah, I like platypus.
So do I.
But yeah, I know.
just
Just in the interest, I'm probably
funny
already get roasted in the comments. It's the Cart Titan, Oak.
Like,
now you know. Now you know the name.
Guys, it's finally the name. All right.
Now you know the name. But
You're right.
in any regard, I'm liking the backstory. I'm liking the complete 180 as far as the narrative with the Titans. Well, again, with them being kind of the heroes, and you know, they've put a real conundrum that it almost reminds me of. And I know this is kind of a loose kind of comparison, but it almost reminds me of, you know, some of the kamikaze stuff that we've seen in World War II, and most recently having watched, you know, Godzilla -1, where, you know, you knew your time was limited, but you were going to be a hero, you know. And obviously in this, it's not imminent death, but hey, look at that age,
clock.
At that age, 13 years I mean, look, if somebody told me right now,
through
hey,
a midlife crisis at 13.
You're 44. We'll give you 13 years left, but you'll be a hero. I'm like, man, you know what? I really, I think I'm going to pass on that. You know?
I think that's why what I love about the story, and I won't go too long here, but how they got kids as young because they're easy to convince and they're easy to sell them that dream of being a hero. It's a lot harder to sell somebody at 30 or 40 or 50 about being a hero than it is to sell somebody who's a teenager.
Somebody who's just had kids or something. You're like, I want to be around for a minute, you know? So, you know what? You take the Titan. And of course, look, and there's always a different component when the fate of the world is on the line too, right? Like if you get to be the one who steps up and do something great to save your family, friends, and everybody you love, that's kind of different. But man, putting that
pilot that did that to take out the aliens in Independence Day. Always remember.
That's the case. Always. But it creates an interesting moral story, and to say, hey, you take it or leave it, but you got 13 years left. So
yeah, another banger of an episode. To me, it was another just like
no kidding.
Like almost every scene, it's interesting that we're getting this perspective. I wonder how, and this is just hindsight, of course. Not like we're getting Reiner's perspective for the majority so far of season 4 that we've seen. Insert that into season 1, episode 1, 2, and 3. Like we're cheering for Reiner, right? So it's kind of like, but we don't know. That's what I'm in. Kind of what I mean here is like with they keep referring to them as the Island Devils. So of course you keep hearing it. You're like, okay, what are these Island Devils about? And then what do they do? So it's almost this weird, like they're starting to try to make you almost appreciate Reiner. You don't have to like him, or you can like him, but basically get respect for Reiner a little bit because now we're seeing all his trials and tribulations, so to speak. He wanted to be with his family. He thought that if he could be part of the 9, that boom, mom and dad and I can just be together. Then he gets, the unfortunate news about his father. It's basically, don't want you. Get away from me.
Yep.
And then, of course, he's kind of devastated by that. And that's where we saw him change, really. He got emotionally hardened, and you can debate if it was a good or bad thing. Either way, you're probably right. But as we saw Annie just kicking the shit out of his face, like even he said right there, Reiner's dead. Like it became, well, and of course, after the incident just happened with Ymir there. And yes, I was speaking as Ymir when there's 2 Ymirs. So I just want you all to know we understand there's 2 Ymirs. But that even just with that sequence with Annie, like it's cool to see what they've been doing up until the end of season 3. Like you guys said, the flashes of the reports, kind of like some kind of espionage kind of movie
was pretty cool.
that was flashing through, giving us like, this is what this one's good at, this is what this one's good at, this is what this one's good at. Just a really well put together show so far. I can only, and that was, I'm not going to 100% say it was Eren there. It pretty much looked like him. But like if it was, because I'm not even going to pretend to know yet, because I assume we didn't see his name there, right?
Yep.
Oh, I was talking about right before the intro.
Oh,
when Armin came out
no,
and said,
I'm talking
Eren.
at the end.
That's the only thing I was talking about.
No, like at the end here, do you see the face?
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that to me looks like a
4 years older Eren?
Yeah. But could be really wrong
I
here.
don't think he would have a leg missing, though.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm wrong.
The nose and the eyes are a little different for me.
It probably is, but the eye and the face right there kind of make me think it's potentially Eren. But again, I'm probably really wrong on this.
That's your prediction.
Yeah. So who knows? The only thing that why I'm not 100% sold on it is because he is missing part of his leg.
But
so
he could have it hidden, and he could be trying to infiltrate.
Like he's doing a magic trick.
Or he's trying to infiltrate. Yeah.
4 years happened. 4 years went by. Who knows what happened with Eren? So
that's the thing. I mean, they're putting Reiner and his crew in somewhat
a very likable position.
A very likable position. But sorry, I'm not falling for it. I don't forget what they did to all those people up on that big dam looking thing where they were injecting them and kicking them off the side, I don't forget so easily. So you're not going to get any sympathy
that
out of
wasn't
me.
Annie and
Yeah, that
Reiner.
wasn't.
No, it wasn't, but that was their side.
Well, how about when they were dropping them out of planes? I mean, there's
Yeah, I mean, we still got either way. I'm looking forward to the next.
50% livability. Huh?
Yeah. Well, and it's tricky because it's almost like there's three sides in this battle. And I mean, I guess there really is when you think about it. So I guess we'll just have to see.
Kind of like what we've been saying on camera and off camera. It feels like a whole new series. The only consistent piece so far has been
The
Titans.
Titans.
I mean,
yeah.
Reiner's here, right?
Yep.
We've seen
We saw
Annie and
Berthold for a little
Berthold.
bit.
yeah, we're seeing them younger,
Yep.
but Reiner we're seeing older. Like this whole thing is just feeling like a whole new
It's
series, which is great.
going to be fun, and we're going to keep this ride going. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.
ファルコン、頼みたいことがある。手紙を送りたいんだが、中身を確認されるだろう。そうですね。主力外のポストに投函してきてほしいんだ。家族宛てですか？俺がここに無事にいるって。
That sounds like Eren.
Well, put it on your card.
Put it on your card.
Trying to catch a little sneak peek of the return address on there.
Return to sender.
This song starts off like dramatic, and then it goes into like intensity.
Yeah.
This is okay. But I like that dramatic.
Can't go.
The beat with the chorus, so like it's, I don't know, it just sounds familiar to me.
I will say, season 1, folks, is still ranking number 1.
Yep.
For this guy, that is.
Same.
I think I liked the season 2 the best, where I got the symphony and
The
love ballad?
I hated that because your stupid hand was always in my face.
we're snug here on set,
Little
ladies and
snug.
gentlemen.
I mean,
Safe, but snug.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
How many
stiff.
times did I get you?
Well, safe.
how many times did you hit out going like this to do your Kenny?
Just
Not-
whips that hand
not
back.
Whip the hand every
Complete
time.
disregard for
Oh.
anybody else at the table.
I
Safety.
have
believe
spatial
a TV
awareness.
Get knocked down as proof otherwise. No, I'm kidding.
That was this guy.
If
That
he
was on
would have given me
Arcade
more
Channel, too.
space, I could have maybe maneuvered differently.
Oh, what a maneuver.
What am I?
All right, here we go.
おい、何の騒ぎだ。
タイバー家ご一行が来訪されました。
Oh boy.
Who knocks on a door like that?
マーレ軍ではありません。
どうぞ。
Whoa.
Who's this Lurch?
私がタイバー家当主ビリーだ。
お初にお目にかかり光栄です。タイバー公。
Those two seem like a lively bunch. Ouch!
一族の誰が戦鎚の巨人か。
本当にここにお越しになっているのか。
Oh my
Testing
goodness.
戦鎚の巨人はこの中に。
Is it him?
ここにはヘイロス像を見に来たんだ。人間でありながら大地の悪魔を打ち破り、
Oh.
ヘイロスの勇姿を。勇ましく美しく傷一つないかつを働きかけているとか。
マーレ人の戦争とは新聞の活字にのみ存在します。手なずけた悪魔の末裔や亡国の民ならなおのこといい。
本当に容赦がないな、隊長。この国はタイバー家の権限下にある。マーレーの贖罪として自由と力を与えた。エルディアもマーレも闇夜に投げ出された。その責任はタイバー家にある。世界に全てを明かすつもりだ。
Another truth bomb. Another truth bomb coming in, guys.
マーレには再び英雄が必要なのだ。今一度この手を握ってくれまいか。
What are you thinking, Theo?
His last name should be Megadeth.
I know that's actually what I keep seeing every time I see it.
おはよう、ポコ。こっちの方がしっくりくるんだ。
Yeah, that's. She's always that way when she's a
that
Titan.
Titan,
Yeah, she's the cart Titan.
Yep.
Cart Titan.
壁の北側の山岳部に行くほど守りは薄くなっています。大型船が着岸可能な桟橋は
では南か。
ですが南は調査船団を失ったように鳩場が破壊されている可能性もあります。
エルディア人に喋らせた我々が間違っていた。
Wow.
Just trying to give you all the info to make
It's
choices.
giving you the information.
Pretty disrespectful.
どんな作戦を告げられるか楽しみだ。
4人の子供に全てを託すとかね。
抜いた。ファルコがガビを抜いた。
For a second, I was gonna say, oh, that was the end.
一度勝ったくらいであの騒ぎだ。ファルコが今さらどんな成績を残そうと。
最後のだって。
How about this guitar?
Yeah.
マルコが初めてガビに勝ったんだよ。
次の鎧はポーズで決まりだ。
Oh, Jesus.
私は戦果を上げて祖国に貢献したんだから。
鎧の継承者を発表していない。俺はやることをやるだけだ。
Oh, still wants it.
あの家は兄貴が獣を継ぐんだから。何のためにそこまでするの？
Family's already getting the honor. Why take it away from another family by having 2 Titans in the
お
family?
前のためだよ。
Oh.
あら。私と邪魔しといて私のためだって言いたいわけ。
Read between the lines, Gabby.
Yeah.
Like one bro's like, ah.
あら、おかえり。小さな戦士ちゃんたち。
お前は俺たちの救世主だ。
私ゾフィアなんだ。
何してんだい。
Day drinking.
Grab your girls, you geezer.
ブラウン副長みたいに大きくなるんだよ。
ありがとうございます。
In a weird way, you guys getting vibes like this is kind of mirroring Eren, Armin.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The whole
Yep.
battle, yeah.
外国の収容区から移ってきたからわかる。
なおさら何もしないわけにはいかないでしょ。私たちは悪魔じゃありませんって。評価はより確実になるわね。
悪魔に見えてきた。
Oh,
Jesus.
おめでとう元帥殿。軍はあなたのものだ。
この国の最高司令官はあなたです。
たまたま順番が回ってきただけの男なんだよ。
やったじゃないか、ファルコ。何度も手紙のやり取りを手伝ってくれて。祭りが終わったら、故郷に帰るとするよ。
先生が来ます。俺、行きますね。
区の診療医のイエーガーだ。
Hmm. There you go.
Oh,
Jaeger.
はじめまして。クルーガーです。
先ほどの少年とは仲がいいようだね。エルディア復権派の幹部だった。家族を守るために戦士に志願し、あの子にお使いを頼むのはおやめなさい。
Ooh.
グライスケの努力が無駄になってしまう。家族のもとにお帰りなさい。後悔を残してからでは遅いのだ。
悔いがあるようですね。
that's Eren, Dave.
It's
I'm
totally
with
Eren.
you. The subtitles say Kruger, but his face says Jaeger.
壁を出た。私が普段から厳しくしすぎた。
Hey.
No, I think that's Papa Jaeger right there.
すみません。少し目を離した間に。
That's 1,000% Eren right there.
I thought he was a doctor there. He's a patient.
Yeah.
I know. It's kind of what I thought too for a second.
Shutter Island type stuff.
Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like.
Thinking he's a doctor, and then he goes crazy,
Yeah.
and you find out he's really a patient.
すごいな。
Quit the
私たちは訓練通り90
Oh, you gotta be waiters.
ファルコ次ほら
汚れたちが皿を運んでいる。
Oh.
騒がないで。
ご婦人、いかがなされました？
ワインを着物にこぼしてしまいまして手を借りていましたの。
どうぞこちらへ。
Saved him, apparently.
Yeah.
あなたがどんな目に遭うかわからないです。
Yeah, no kidding.
俺をエルディア人だと知ってて。
東洋から来たヒーズル国の人だ。
旧姓の末裔よ。
オグエの大使、ナンビア。
あの頃はよくあなたを泣かしていました。
紳士淑女の皆様、我々はつい先日まで資源を求め、しかし昨日の敵は今日も敵、昨日の敵は今日の友。
Oh.
Yeah.
それでは末永き平和に。
あり
I
がと
was
うご
gonna
ざい
say,
ます。
where's the cough?
大変高度な代物でした。しかしお客様はあとは私にお任せを。
いいぞビリー。
Yeah, get him out of here.
皆様をレベリオ収容区に招待させていただきます。その悪魔を使って他国を虐げ、エルディア人の根絶を願う気持ちはよくわかります。この終わりのない問題に対して、
He's acknowledging.
その回答を明日、 私が初演出
Oh
をする
gosh, theater production.
歴史の目
So I
撃
guess
者
next episode we get War Titans.
Yeah, well, and it's going to be for us to understand some more, which should be pretty cool.
Just drooling.
この状況は何？祭りだよ。いろんな出店を開いてんだよ。食え。
Try this. Oh, is that kind of a smirk?
最近初めてのことばっかり起きるの。何かが変わりそうな気がするの。
What a foreshadow.
Yep.
Hey, well, we haven't seen it to be continued yet.
Yeah, that's right. Something is about to change.
Dude, that is so Eren.
Oh, it's totally Eren with the leg or missing a leg, 1,000%. Same eyes.
お、楽しんできたか？
すごい人。あれ？戻ってきたよ。あんたどこ行ってたの？
ちょっといいですか？
いいんじゃない？まだ開幕まで時間あるよ。
一体どうしたんだ？
行けばわかりますよ。
Now, what are we gonna get before it hits us? The to be
こ
continued.
ちらです。
Hey,
It's a basement. I found
来ましたよ。
Eren Jaeger.
4年分だな、ライナー。エレン。
Oh, look at you guys being correct.
What?
Yep.
Hey, stop the preview. Stop the preview.
preview didn't give shit.
No, nothing there.
Oh,
Oh, what a...
whoa, what is we getting the boys graphic for the next episode?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's gonna be,
Jeez,
gonna be pretty intense.
It's fictional.
Fictional characters. Well,
oh, damn it.
when they showed Kruger there in the yard talking, I mean, the face and everything looked like Eren. It sounded like Eren. We had the one guy who was in there saying he was Dr. Jaeger, or maybe he was a Dr. Jaeger. I mean, we have multiple Ackermans, right? So why couldn't we have multiple Jaegers? Who knows? But the guy was had a couple of screws loose and was a patient there. Like, again, I think Oak, you mentioned some Shutter Island type stuff. But, I mean, seeing all this backstory, it's just... I don't know. I mean, for me, it's like, we've had all the excitement. We had the huge battle in the first episode, the World War I style battle, and also some in episode 2. And it just seems to me like now we're just getting all this storytelling and all these reveals. And I completely trust the process that they're doing here, that everything is going to work out. Like I said, we're climbing ladders on two sides, and eventually things are going to come together. And it seems like we're at that point now. Why hasn't Eren's leg come back? He was, did he find a way to restrict the Titan abilities, or maybe get rid of them altogether? Who knows what's going to go on with that? I'm sure we're going to find out here shortly. But this has just been so much fun.
We're going to find everything.
Well,
out.
I figure if he's got him in the basement, Reiner's gonna start asking him some questions, I would assume, or maybe Eren's gonna tell him, what's going on. The whole thing is just mind blowing. And again, I said it, I don't want a previous reaction. It's not so much an oh my gosh moment. It's just more of your jaw's on the ground. You can't believe what you're seeing. You're taking in all the story. It's like everything you thought you knew is being completely shifted. And it changes the entire story all the way going back to 1-1 about how how you take things in, what you thought you knew, some predictions we may have had, but either way, I'm here for the whole run. Gabby is a curious situation because yes, she had the big heroic moment on the battlefield. I'm getting the vibe that she's kind of slipping and kind of resting on her laurels, where Falco is constantly trying to improve himself and be better and more disciplined. So, we already kind of got the reveal about the which way that things are kind of going. But, with Gabby, it's kind of like the guy that throws 4 touchdowns in one game in high school and kind of lives off it forever. But again, this has been just so much fun. It's fun to make predictions. It's fun to guess. It's fun to how you're going to sit and tie things back into previous episodes that you may have saw. The difficulty we have as a group is only seeing this once. And because it's so much information to take in, again, you'll have to forgive us if we make mistakes or inaccuracies. That is obviously not intentional, but just a lot of stuff to take in and a lot of stuff for us to remember. But it has been fantastic so far. I just can't wait to see how all sides meet up and where this ends up going.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Ty Burr family that basically run the show, but then Theo had a good thing to say to him right at the end there. He said he's already aware that there are some rats in the house. So does that mean, there's some people taking, intelligence and diverting it elsewhere? I mean, we saw when they had the meeting, was that last episode or 2 episodes ago, they had the meeting in that room, and there was other people listening in on that meeting. So that's what, and even Zeke even at the end goes, we'll discuss them further, just not here.
How about some tea?
Yeah, how about some tea? And so they had to get out of there. And then good call by you guys with Eren. Like, I'm thinking right now, because also his eye is messed up too. So what I'm thinking is, also, does he feel like he didn't accomplish his goals? So he's there, trying to find out more information about everything else. Because remember, like, this was all a huge information dump on him as well as it was for us finding out about this whole other, place. So I'm thinking that he's able, because it's been 4 years, so maybe he's at the point where he's able to control the regeneration of like a limb or an eye, so he's just not doing it yet. Or is there a way that Armin kind of figured out maybe something to get the Titan ability taken away? But the only way we've seen that happen is by them getting eaten and being deleted. So there's so many more questions. But yeah, this was a pretty awesome reveal at the end. And so yeah, I'm ready to see this playwright that Tiber is putting over. Willie. And yeah, so this is fun so far, and I'm just so happy Eren is back. So now where's Armin and Mikasa? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And Levi. Can't forget out the badass.
Yeah, I wish I could say I thought it was Eren. I didn't. I thought the facial features were different. I think I was most thrown off, obviously, by a missing eye and a missing portion of one of his legs, because as far back as, well, we know he's got regenerative capabilities. So I'm wondering, obviously with a 4-year time jump, a lot can happen. I don't know if you turn into a Titan too many times, does your regeneration start wearing off? Is there a way to back out of the Titan? I mean, what is
it slower? Because remember with Rainier as armored, it wasn't like his arms are coming back real quick as the Titan himself.
Yeah, it just throws me off that he would be there. When he was there for a minute too. With a missing leg and eye, and so I'm really curious as to how they're going to tie that story in, or not necessarily tie it in, but how they're going to kind of lay out for us what happened to him in the past. I'm guessing Reiner's going to ask him, hey, what's going on with Armin and Mikasa and everybody back home. Inside the walls, and well, I don't know. Are we still inside the walls? I mean, did they, they know the seas
Did they reclaim the whole island of paradise?
That's what I'm wondering. If because they're talking. I mean, we saw battle strategy where they're talking about landing and where the walls were and stuff. Well, we don't know that that now with multiple Titans that they can't go out and take the other ones out and essentially reclaim the whole of the island and make it safe to travel outside the walls. So there's so much can happen in 4 years, and I just feel like there's still so much backstory. But in previous episodes I had commented like it's only going to be a matter of time before we see that intersection of our other crew with this crew, and here we are only a few episodes into season 4, and we're getting that crossover pretty early. Still itching for a little bit of action, but like I said, the backstory and the development has been incredible. We know this episode is this season rather is the longest with 40 episodes. So it's not like 30 episodes. So it's not like,
that means we'd have 30.
Wishful thinking that we got 40 episodes. But look, 30 episodes, we're only a few in. There's a lot of story left to be told, even for the final season. So another banger of an episode for me.
To answer your question about slowing regeneration or whatever, just take a look at Reiner. He got blasted, 3 episodes ago? Like, torn apart.
Yeah.
He's fine. So,
well, I was viewing
kinda
it as a
wondering-
Titan, I guess,
Well,
too. So
I was
that's what
to Oak, because he was asking the question. So I think that kind of answered it for you if you just remember Reiner. And I know there's probably, like they did in the last episode, right? They showed us they're all a little different, but it was just capabilities. I assume the 9 get to, and hopefully I'm saying that right. The 9 regenerate at a same pace, or if it's not same pace, at least they fully regenerate.
Okay.
Is my understanding. Of course, maybe I'm speaking wrong, so I'm sure you'll let me know. What another, banger of an episode. The Willie, getting introduced to him. I feel like
I don't trust
now
that guy.
we're. Oh no, who do you trust in this right now?
Why would we? Who do we trust?
Now I've seen too much like TV filmed where, all right, let's gather everyone in one spot, right? And we're gonna show them what this is, and then maybe. And again, I'm thinking worst case scenario, and it's probably the wrong thinking, but I'm just picturing he was way too excited to show, and I know he made a point to say, hey, we're going to show him who the real or what the Tybers are all about, or however he said that in the beginning there to Megadeth. I hope I said that right.
Megadeth.
Even though
Theo is his first name now.
But so I'm curious to what we're going to get from Willie. I assume we're going to get the War Titan. Could be wrong, but this post credit was phenomenal because we got confirmation that it was Eren. That's again what was hanging me up to be like fully committed to. Yeah, that's Eren until this episode.
Yeah.
But in the last episode, it was the eye, it was the leg. But then when they kept showing his face,
I'm like,
and we kept listening to him talk. It's like, all right, whoever the voice actor is, they just brought it down,
gave it a little more
really
bass.
cool and mellow. So I was just like, oh, that's Eren. And then we got the confirmation at the end. So it's going to be wild to see that conversation between Reiner and Eren now and where that next step is going to lead to, especially with what's going on just above. What seems to be above them.
I mean,
'cause
imagine
you got Zeke and all of them right up there.
Yeah, imagine if all those folks got wiped out in one fell swoop.
Well, just and again, that's
depending on
wrong thinking because they need all the other Titans like
Right.
Zeke in that
Yeah.
too. They're just gonna Willie, I think, is just really gonna show off like, hey, I'm gonna be the be all end all because he was talking about the Mayans, both of them,
Marlians.
the Marlians
Yep.
and
Eldians.
Eldians being like together almost. I'd have to go back and look at there, but that's what it kind of sounded like. That both could be okay, and he was going to show the way. I'll probably have to go again. I keep saying this like a broken record. Gonna have to go back and watch it this time in dub for sure because I just need to hear some stuff now and actually pay attention to a little bit more emotion in there. So, man, what a start to season 4. It's just too crazy right now. It's just all the information that they're just whipping at you, just like you said, it's the jaw on the floor, like
Well,
every time.
And what's interesting is normally when you have episodes, multiple episodes that are just information dumps or telling stories, it's not that they get boring, but you tend to miss the action a little bit. I don't have that at all.
No, I'm
so
not
far in
missing
these
the action
last episodes.
Look, I'm saying yes,
I'm just
it would be
reeling.
nice to have action, but they're doing such an amazing job.
I think with how they're doing it though is that it makes the action more meaningful.
Yeah, because it's like there's so much going on with the story and so much where it's like you thought you knew, but everything you thought you knew was wrong, and now you're having to essentially relearn everything here in season 4. So it's there's nothing like it.
Well, and it's also too like now I'm really questioning like who's the true enemy? Like
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Because
or is there even a true enemy?
Yeah,
It's just
the Marlians.
everyone wanting to, go at it.
Yep. Because we saw Eren wanted to wipe all these guys out and wanted to wipe out everybody on the island, but apparently that's changed. So who knows?
Yes.
Unless he still has that plan, I have no idea.
Yeah, we can. Hopefully, we find a little something out in the next episode, because this has been a lot of fun watching the show. Hopefully, you guys are having just as much fun as we are. So, for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.